What's up, rich friend? If you're trying to stack your money up this year, this is the episode that you don't want to miss. Because today I'm breaking down 5 stocks that are about to go crazy this year and how they can make you some real serious money. We are talking about companies with insane growth potential, industry disruption, and catalysts that are primed to send their stocks to the moon. And no, this ain't just hyper speculation. I've done the research, and better yet, I've put my own money into every single one of these. Stick around to the end and I'm going to share the one that will shock the hell out of you. But with this one that I'm going to share at the end, you could easily make over $100,000 completely passively with one super tiny investment. And I'm banking on it myself. This is the big one. And when I tell you that you must hop on this train, don't say I didn't tell you when it blows up and you didn't take advantage of it. So go on ahead and hit that like button and let me know in the comments which one of these you are most excited about. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay ahead of the game with all my amazing stock investing tips. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Stock number 1 is
We getting money, money, money. When Jameer sharing gems with a getting money, money, money. Getting a line, growing money and time. Getting money, money, money. It's your life, trying to give more life.
So first up is Sofi Technologies, that stock ticker SOFI. Listen, big banks are becoming old news. The future of finance is going digital and Sofi is leading that charge. Sofi isn't just another traditional run-of-the-mill online bank. They're positioning themselves as an all-in-one financial powerhouse. They do personal loans, student loan refinancing, mortgages, credit cards, and even stock and crypto investing all in one app. But here's another reason why I'm bullish on this one. Sofi has been around since 2011, but in 2022, they actually became a fully licensed bank. And that means higher profit margins, more lending power, and greater customer retention. All great things for making that stock price go up and up and up. Plus, when it comes to the money, they have been consistently getting to the bag. They've been crushing their earnings. They're adding over 500,000 new members every single quarter. That's 2 million new customers per year. And they are scaling super fast. Honey, unless you've been hiding under a rock, I know you've seen the ads, the influencer marketing, all the things that they've been doing. And let's not forget that student loan repayments recently restarted, which, you could feel some kind of way about that, which I would totally understand, trust me. But when it comes to the company itself, that's actually a major revenue driver for Sofi. And if you're an investor, that's really, really, really good for you. Over the past 12 months, Sofi has gotten over 100% returns. So here's my price prediction. Sofi is trading a little under $20 right now, but analysts are expecting it to double or even hit over $50 this year. So if you're sleeping on Sofi, you better wake up. All right, number 2 is Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR. This one is the AI data giant and it is a beast. I've talked about Palantir before extensively, so if you want to get the tea on Palantir for real, go ahead and click the link so you can check it out. If you've been noticing around, AI is a killer right now, and this particular AI stock is one of the ones that you definitely, most absolutely need to have in your portfolio. So what does Palantir do? Essentially, they create the main software that runs AI. Without Palantir software, AI doesn't run. So there's that major key. But let's talk about a little bit of the news that has recently come out about Palantir. They recently landed a $1 billion plus contract with the US Army. They've got tons of contracts with major healthcare, finance, and defense companies. They hit record profits for the first time in company history, proving that they can scale and scale fast. And the best part to me is that they recently qualified for the NASDAQ 100, and that is the 100 largest non-financial companies in the entire US. Listen, by 2025, AI and big data is going to be a $500 billion with a B dollar industry. And Palantir is one of the top players in that space. In the past 12 months alone, Palantir has grown over 360%. Now it's currently trading at around $75. But it could easily 5 to 10x in the next 18 months. I don't want you to wait until it's too late. I'm telling you about it now. Go grab it. Next, we're going to talk about Rocket Lab, ticker symbol RKLE. This is the space stock that is set to take off. Now, unless you know somebody who knows somebody, you cannot invest in SpaceX right now. It's not traded on the stock market yet, although I think that might change eventually in the future. But as of right now, it's not available. But no worries, because if you want a real space play that you can get right now that could 5x your money, Rocket Lab is it. So next to SpaceX, Rocket Lab is number 2 in the space launch industry. But here's where they kind of differentiate from SpaceX. Rocket Lab specializes in small satellites. And that's a market that's set to explode in the next 5 years. They've already completed over 40 successful missions with clients like NASA, the US Space Force, and private tech companies. Plus, with global defense contracts on the rise, space infrastructure is becoming the next trillion with a T dollar industry. Right now, Rocket Labs is trading at under $35 a share. And even though that seems really cheap, what you need to know is that just 12 months ago, it was trading at around $5 a share. That is 503% growth in just 12 months. So like I told you, this one is a killer. You might want to go ahead and throw some dollars at it because as demand for low cost, rapid satellite launches increase, Rocket Lab can easily 3 to 5x, probably even 10x in the next few years. So get on it. All right, we're getting close to the one that I really want to tell you about, but we got one more to go. Stay tuned. I'm gonna tell you about number 5, which is it's going to be chef's kiss if it does what I think it's going to do. But let's talk about number 4 first. And that is Applied Digital, ticker symbol APLD. Now stay here with me for a little bit because this one is a little bit confusing for some people. I'm explaining what it is, but I just want you to take this one slow, okay? Because I don't want you to get confused by all the lingo. I just want to make sure that you understand it. So when you put your money into it, you know what you're doing. Now, Applied Digital deals with hidden AI and Bitcoin mining. Let me explain. Applied Digital is a stock that's flying under the radar right now, but not for long. And because it's under the radar, that means that you can get in real fast, real quick, and make some real money. So what they do is that they build applied data centers, specifically for AI processing and Bitcoin mining. That means they're benefiting from 2 of the hottest markets right now. That's AI and crypto. So why is this a big deal? Well, as you can imagine, AI requires huge computing power. Just think about all the people in the world who are using ChatGPT alone for multiple requests. That's a lot of processing that's needed. So what Applied Digital does is that they provide state-of-the-art, high-performance data centers to make this all come together. So that's one part of their business. On the other side is Bitcoin mining. So let me explain what that is. To purchase a single Bitcoin right now will cost you about $100,000. And with the Bitcoin halving event in 2024, crypto mining stocks like APLD are set to boom this year. So I know you're like, what in the world is Bitcoin having? So Bitcoins are on something called a blockchain. Think of a blockchain like a belt, and the holes on the belt are the Bitcoins themselves. Without the belt, there will be no holes, right? Similarly, without a blockchain, there will be no Bitcoin. Now, a Bitcoin halving event refers to a time that takes place about every 4 years, where the blockchain is cut in half by 50%. So think of this visually as the belt being cut in half. There will only be 50% of those holes left, right? So in this example, there will only be 50% of the Bitcoin left. So what this does is that it lowers the amount of Bitcoin entering the market, and that increases scarcity. And because the market is based upon supply and demand, the smaller the supply, the greater the demand, and the greater the price to purchase. Now, a really big thing with Applied Digital is that they've partnered with NVIDIA, and NVIDIA is the AI chip king. So where I mentioned earlier that Palantir provides the software for AI, NVIDIA provides the hardware for AI, and Applied Digital provides the data centers to make it all come together. Now, if you know me, you know I love me some NVIDIA. I've talked about it before. I told y'all to get it when it split last year. Hopefully you got it because you're making money if you did. But if you missed out on NVIDIA or Bitcoin's last bull run, Applied Digital is a high growth sleeper stock that can make you some real serious money this year. In the past 5 years, Applied Digital has grown 8,800%. Starting at 10 cents a share, it's now at $7 a share. And this tells us 2 things. 1, the growth potential is crazy. And 2, you're lucky because you can still, as of right now, get it for the low. So don't sleep, get to moving. Okay, now number 5 is the one I told you to wait for, and it's gonna shock you, I promise you. And you're gonna be like, what? Why would you even suggest that? Listen to me and just hear me out, okay? Number 5 is Spirit Airlines. Ticker symbol SAVEQ. This one, in my opinion, is a huge rebound play. I know you're thinking, Gwen, Spirit Airlines? Really? Didn't they file bankruptcy? Yes, they did file bankruptcy, and I'm gonna tell you why I believe in them. I believe that Spirit is a turnaround story with massive upside potential. The airline industry overall has been bouncing back big time. Spirit's low-cost model gives them a major edge, which you already knew that. But here's the real kicker, and here's why I'm believing in them. Spirit just received $300 million in financing, and they're not talking about that in the news, but if you Google it, you'll find it. So this means that somebody is betting really, really big on Spirit. And as you may know, their stock dropped to about 15 cents, which was their all-time low, but now it's hovering around 50 cents. And when everybody panics, that's when we buy. At this point, you can buy 100 shares for only $50. So to me, this is a no-brainer, because even if it flops, you're only out of $50. You could spend $50 a day on foolishness, and you know it. And I for sure know you spent $50 on people who didn't deserve it, not knowing if you ever gonna get it back, and you probably didn't. So why not spend it on something that can actually potentially make you rich? Let's do some math here. Spirit's all-time high was about $84. But let's just say we look at their highest price in the last 5 years, which is about $50. If you opted to spend $50 today, which would buy you 100 shares at 50 cents a piece, that means that if Spirit should reach that $50 per share mark again, you would 100% 300x your money, which means that you would have $5,000, but you only spend $50. Would you take a bet with $50 to potentially make $5,000 completely passively? You'd be crazy not to. Now, let's make that number slightly bigger. And let's say you spend $1,000 on Spirit at 50 cents a piece. That will give you 2,000 shares. So again, should that price rise back up to $50 a share, which remember, that's not even their all-time high, you would have $100,000. A $1,000 investment to make $100,000 passively? Now that is the beginning of building generational wealth. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not naive. I know it's going to take some time for Spirit to get back up there. But remember what I always say, passive income is not fast income. This is a buy and hold play. I realize it might take some years, but I'm willing to make that bet, and I've done it with my own money. Now, you might call me crazy. You might even call me stupid, but it ain't going to be stupid when I make $100,000 from a $1,000 investment and all y'all be sitting up there looking sad. I'm just saying. And here's the thing, with that $300 million in financing that they received, Spirit is dramatically improving operations and cutting their costs to become more profitable. Also, it's important to remember that bankruptcy does not mean that a company is going out of business. Filing for bankruptcy when you're a business is simply an act of protection. They're protecting their assets, they're working to make sure that they stay in business, and bankruptcy protection simply keeps them from falling further in the hole. Some of the biggest companies in the world have filed bankruptcy, and they're still here and they're booming. So don't assume that just because Spirit has filed bankruptcy that it's done and it's dead. That's not the case. Spirit is still taking flights, they still have employees, they're still operating. And this stock is dirt cheap right now, but it's not gonna last long. So $100,000 or $0. The choice is yours, but don't say I didn't warn you. All right, rich friend, that is 5 stocks set to explode this year. Which ones are you gonna add to your portfolio? Let me know in the comments. And while you're at it, drop the word explode at the end so I know you stayed to the very end of this video. And I'll be sure to comment back. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you never, ever miss more game-changing investment tips that will build your bag. And if you are serious about making money moves this year, you have got to check out My Rich Friends, where I share secret stock tips and investment strategies that I don't share anywhere else. The link is in the description and it's pinned to the top of the comments. I'll talk to you next time. Peace.